In this video, I'm going to tell you the best passive income source of all times. So in the next couple of months, or probably even the next couple of weeks, you're going to see a lot of passive income businesses coming out. And the question is going to be for you, should you jump in or should you not? So that's going to be a very high dilemma for a lot of people as they're struggling to make, monies online. And they've been doing it and they haven't had any success. So they're going to be wondering, you know what, these passive income businesses, should I actually jump into it? So in this video, I'm going to tell you the best, absolute best, number one passive income business to actually jump into. So stay tuned to the end of the video. So folks, we've all heard about passive income business way back in the day. And I'll tell you, back in the day, we've heard of maps. You've seen maps, and that's MyAdvertisingPays, right? So if you're back in the day, we've seen that, and a lot of people got on. Now, true, people made a lot of money in maps, right? But chances are you didn't. And the question becomes, well, which passive income business should I be doing as I see different passive income businesses coming on? And can I trust them? So we've seen maps, so that's back in the day, if you were way back in the day. And then we've also seen stuff like Novatech, right? Just to recap, if people are kind of not quite sure what these passive income businesses, so you could compare it to what's coming out now. Because sometimes, you know what, history repeats itself and we see the same passive income business just regurgitated in different form. So the passive income business with maps, MyAdvertisingPay, was an advertising portal that you'd buy into, you pay some money to get into it, and then you click some ads, and then it, in a sense, guaranteed that you'd make money in some fashion, right? By you clicking your ads, you met the requirement that every day they'll share a part of the revenues, and then you'll get to make passive income that way. So you didn't have to recruit anyone, which is great for a lot of us who hate to recruit, hate to sponsor people, hate to talk to people. These programs are very attractive, including myself. I love these. But the thing is, are they sustainable? So another one is Novatech. So a lot of us got into Novatech with the idea that, hey, it's passive income again, right? We could just put our monies in and then we could have some kind of monies coming in every month. And depending on how much you put in, you could actually make a living. Well, you know what? A decent amount of money every month that you could actually maybe pay a bill with. So that didn't last too long, right? It lasted for a while. And when people got wind of it, they started jumping on. And that didn't last as long as people hoped it to last, because the goal of any of these businesses is to really provide us with a lifetime kind of income, an income that we have it for a good amount of time, that we could actually pay our bills and actually have savings and do things that we want to. So you had Novatech, and that was like an investment platform. So now came another platform that we have, and that was with GS Partners. So a lot of people got into GS Partners because it was fresh, right? It was rejuvenating. It seemed like it had that potential that, you know what, there's no entity that could touch it, that could shut it down. It really had that sense that, you know what, they've elevated the game of passive income businesses online that we could join. And it was refreshing. It was a refreshing idea that people were making a lot of money with it. And then, of course, something happened with it again. So now we begin to think, okay, passive income business, they are attractive without a doubt, right? They're easy, simple things to get into because we just put money into it. But can we depend on them to actually give us an income source that we could depend on? And that's the problem with these passive income businesses. Now, the last passive income business that, you know what, had the potential or the sounding, it sounded like, you know what, this passive income business, I can't see any reason why it should fail or why it should not produce an income for me or, monies for me every month. And it did again. So if you're in Trage, Trage, you'll see it on the screen there. That was a business system, right? An income system that seemed like it checked all the boxes because they mentioned the accolades of the SEC, Social Securities and Exchange, right? It had the accolades of that, and it was built on a platform around cryptocurrency where they did arbitrage trading. And so when we were looking at that, it's like, there's no way this could fail. I mean, it checked all the boxes. And even, the presentations that were around it, it definitely sounded like it was a sustaining thing that could last for a lot of us. But guess what? It at some point got into some murkiness, right? Where now it's not producing any income for anyone. So the question bears, what's the best passive income source for anyone to join, right? For anyone to get into, especially if you hate to recruit, you hate talking to people, you hate convincing, you hate all that stuff, and that's why we got into it. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I think is the best passive income business. So I'll just mention to you that, people who've been watching my channel realize that I'm in real estate, and I'm in real estate for a reason, because I've heard, right? You've heard that real estate, the best passive income business. But guess what? That thing it's a lot of work. It really is a lot of work, and it's a lot of mind play. Mind play in the sense that there's a lot that goes into a lot of moving parts. Because you're thinking about, okay, we got to go get a house, right? So you got to come up with the funds, and the funds are not cheap. You hear people say you could buy a house with no money down. Oh yeah, you could buy a house with no money down, right? Someone else's money, but guess what? You have to go source someone else's money. So either you're gonna go beg Aunt Mary, right? You're gonna go beg someone else, but it might not be your money, but you're gonna do something to get that money. So in any event, all this passive income talks around these systems that are supposed to be passive in a sense that just allows us to plunk money in, it's creating anxiety in us. Because, I'm sure when you're in my advertisement page, it was going great. But guess what? When it came time, you were hearing some rumblings that, what, it sounds like this is not going to last long. Then your money started drying up. You're going, well, if this fails, well, what am I going to do? You can't leave your job, because it's like, if that failed, no money is coming in. You have nothing to, in a sense, bankroll, paying your bills and sustaining you. So you're like, oh boy, I got to stay at my job. Same thing with Novatech. It was making people a lot of money. People dumped a lot of money into it and was going, okay, maybe I could quit my job. But at the tail end, when Novatech wasn't paying, people are going, oh my goodness, my income source is dried up. I got to either go get another job or figure out what to do. Same thing with Trage. People got on board and they were thinking this could be their lifelong income source. And then right now, it's not sustaining anyone, right? It might come back, and it's in the talks that it's going to be on the way back in terms of whatever they got to be resolved. But you, as the person who probably did some investment in it, is going, I don't have an income source from that place. As passive as it wants to be, I don't have an income source. So what do you do now? Now, real estate, like I mentioned, it takes a lot of money to jump into, along with all the logistics of it. We're talking about renting to tenants, right? Having a tenant, the idea of being sued, the idea of insurances, liabilities, fixing things, getting the right contractors. It's just a lot of moving parts to it that you probably have to learn. And who has that time for the learning curve of learning real estate? And also with that, you have to build systematically. It's not like, you get a house and you get rich immediately. No, it takes a series of years getting the right amount of house, the right mixture of houses, tenant mix, all that goes into it. So what's the solution? And why do I say I know of a best income producing asset, a best passive income source? Now, here's why I say this. I met a retired medical professional. He's retired, done very well in his practice. And you know what? He jumped on board this thing, and he's like, what? I don't like to work hard. I'm not trying to work hard. I've done that in my career. I'm not trying to work hard, but I'm trying to create an income source that will continue for a very long time. Also met another serial entrepreneur who's made millions in his lifetime. Millions. And this person isn't that old in terms of what we're thinking of, older. He's not like he's 95 and can't move around. This is a person who's older, but still very mobile to actually enjoy his life. And he's going, you know what? There's a lot of things I've done in my life, but the important thing that I realize I need to do is create systems and have systems in place that generates me money. So that's why I say the best passive income source is going to be you creating a system or having a system that works for you. Because if you're dependent on someone else to control the flow of your passive income, meaning a company, right? We've seen maps. I mentioned MyAdvertisingPays. It did make some people money, but the majority of people who are using it to bankroll their lives, retire from their jobs and create an income source well into the future, it didn't happen. Same thing with Novatech. That didn't happen. Same thing with any of these crypto deals that are passive, right? We've seen a lot of crypto deals. There's another one called ITP, and that was a big one that seemed to be, it happened for over a series of years, right? That also flopped. So people are bankrolling their lives on these passive income business, hoping that they will last a long time. But the thing is, with anything, I heard a businessman said, you know what? And I don't remember who this was, but the goal of making money is not, or generating a lot of money, is not to own the thing, but to be able to control it. Because if you have ownership, guess what you have? You're the person on the hot seat, right? You're the person, anything happens, it flaps, you're the person people come to. So you don't want to have ownership. You want to have access to. And so that's what these kind of, millionaires were kind of explaining to me, that, you know what, you could do all these passive income business you want, and they might look good on the surface, but you have no control over where they go, right? You have no control. And because you have no control, you never know what might happen. But when you have control over a passive income source that you, in a sense, created or have some input in, then that's the best passive income source that you could be a part of. With that in mind, of course, I was curious, well, okay, if there's a, income source that could be better suited to match what you're telling me, what could it look like? And that's when they revealed to me something that I thought was pretty amazing and I got myself aligned with. So if you're a professional person, professional in the sense that, you know what, you're making money, but you know that money you're making is not, you got to keep working for it. And if you stop working, it's going to stop paying you. You also are professional enough knowing that, okay, I need to have some kind of, a system that I'm invested in that when I stop, it can still keep giving me rewards in the sense that you could continue your life and pay your bills. And that was a system I found with something called a professional team build. That if you're in the market with a thought frame, you know what, retirement doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon because you have to keep working your job. And all these programs you're doing, these passive income programs, these crypto deals that you're doing that's supposed to, double your money and triple your money, and you've lost, I'm guessing, thousands of dollars in something like this, then what I'm suggesting is a passive income business that once it gets rolling, it becomes, you literally take your hands off and this thing goes. And it's much simpler than you think. So if you have any interest in learning a system that will allow you to generate more than you probably ever made online, enough to, recoup those losses that you've had online and actually propel you in the future where you could have something that's bankable in a sense to create a foundation that you could actually retire on, then this might be the system that could be for you. So in the link description, I'm going to put a link that you could check out the professional team build, and it is professional in the sense that not everyone will be invited or could be a part of this. What you're looking for, being a lifelong retirement kind of income, then definitely, the link is in the description box. Hit that button, check it out, and then see if it's a fit for you with what you're looking to do online. So guys, check my next video out, as I'm going to be doing more videos where I showcase what I do in real estate as it compares to what I'm doing online, and actually have you guys see the difference of what the kind of hands-off income look like when you don't have to put so much effort into it, like those other traditional businesses. They're telling us, you know what, jump in, spend your lifelong hours building the business, so at the end you could finally have the retirement income you want. There's a link in the description that if you're interested in learning how to create a system or have a business system that creates passive income for you, then there's a link in the description box. You can check out that professional team build.